Stop, chosen one. There is something happening behind the scenes that you cannot fully see yet. Something so unexpected, but so perfectly timed, that when it arrives, even you will stand there in silence trying to understand how God moved this fast in your life. Because this is not a small blessing. This is not another temporary breakthrough that disappears after a week. This is the kind of shift that changes your atmosphere overnight. And the strange part is, the people around you have no idea what heaven has already signed your name on. For a long time you felt delayed. You watched others move ahead while you stayed in the same place. You stayed faithful while doors closed. You kept praying while your bank account stayed low. You kept helping people while nobody helped you. And secretly, there were nights when you asked God if your season would ever come. Not because your faith died, but because the waiting became heavy. You smiled in public while carrying silent battles in private. You encouraged everyone else while your own spirit felt exhausted. You kept saying God will make a way, even during moments when you had no clue how anything would change. But listen carefully. Chosen one, God did not ignore your tears. He did not overlook your sacrifice. Every lonely night, every silent prayer, every moment you almost gave up. He saw all of it, and now heaven is responding. There is a reason your spirit has been feeling different lately, a reason you cannot fully explain the shift happening inside you, a reason certain people started acting strange around you, a reason old cycles are breaking, a reason you suddenly feel disconnected from environments that once felt normal. It is because your next season is getting closer, and when God prepares a mega deposit for someone chosen, He first separates them from the noise. He removes distractions. He exposes fake loyalty. He breaks unhealthy attachments, because where you are going, not everyone can follow. This blessing is not random. It is compensation. Compensation for the years you survived situations that should have destroyed you. Some people still have no idea how much pressure you carried alone. They only saw your calm face. They never saw the panic attacks you hid. They never saw the moments you sat in darkness asking God for strength. They never saw how close you came to quitting. But heaven saw everything, and now God is about to answer in a way that leaves people speechless. Not with confusion, not with struggle, not with another lesson disguised as pain, but with overflow. The kind of overflow that changes your entire mindset. The kind that allows you to breathe again, the kind that finally proves that delay does not mean denial. You need to understand something powerful right now. When God releases a financial breakthrough, it is never just about money. Money is only the visible part. The real miracle is freedom. Freedom from survival mode, freedom from constant fear, freedom from wondering how bills will be paid, freedom from carrying stress every single morning. God knows you are tired of barely making it. He knows you are tired of acting strong while carrying financial pressure nobody knows about. And this next blessing, it is going to remove burdens you have carried for years. You have entered a season where unexpected opportunities are about to locate you. Unexpected calls, unexpected connections, unexpected favor, unexpected restoration. Things you stopped praying for are suddenly going to move again. Doors that stayed closed for years are about to open with shocking speed, and the people who doubted you, the same people who quietly counted you out, they will not understand how your life transformed so quickly. But it was never luck. It was God timing everything perfectly, because chosen ones often look forgotten before they become elevated. That is the mystery people fail to understand. God hides certain people during preparation season. He allows them to walk through isolation. He allows silence. He allows misunderstanding because He is building spiritual endurance inside them. And that is exactly what happened to you. You thought you were losing, but heaven was developing you in private. You thought life was rejecting you, But God was protecting you from environments too small for your future. You thought the delay meant failure, but the delay was positioning, and now everything is beginning to align. Pay attention to what starts happening next. People who ignored you will suddenly notice you. Opportunities will appear from places you least expected. Your creativity will increase. Your energy will return. Your confidence will rise again. And deep inside, chosen one, you will feel something you have not felt in a long time: relief. Because the season of constant struggle is ending, this next chapter will not look like the last one. The heavy season is breaking. The emotional exhaustion is breaking. The financial pressure is breaking. The cycle of disappointment is breaking. And once God starts pouring into your life, nobody will be able to stop what He has decided to bless. That is why the enemy attacked your mind so hard recently. That is why discouragement tried to surround you. That is why exhaustion became so intense, because darkness can sense when a major shift is approaching. But listen carefully. If God kept you alive through every attack, it means your future is bigger than the battle. You did not survive all that pain just to remain stuck forever. There is reward attached to your endurance. There is restoration attached to your faithfulness. There is abundance attached to your obedience, and this mega deposit. It is only the beginning, because God is not just increasing your finances, He is increasing your influence, your peace, your wisdom, your confidence, your authority. You are about to walk differently, speak differently, think differently. The insecurity that once controlled you is fading away. The fear that once held you back is losing power. And for the first time in a long time, you are going to feel stable again. Not fake peace, real peace. The kind that comes when heaven steps into your situation and changes everything at once. There are blessings already traveling toward you right now that you cannot see yet. Conversations are happening behind closed doors. Opportunities are being arranged. Favor is moving through places you have never even been. And suddenly, one moment is going to change everything. One phone call, one connection, one opportunity, one unexpected release, and your entire situation begins shifting overnight. That is how God works sometimes. He allows silence for a long time, and then suddenly moves all at once. People think nothing is happening, but heaven is preparing acceleration. And chosen one, you are closer than you realize. There are moments in life when God stays quiet for so long that people begin to assume nothing extraordinary will ever happen for you. They look at your current situation and make a permanent judgment. They see your struggle and think that is your final story. They see your delay and assume you were forgotten. But what they do not understand is this: God often hides His biggest miracles behind seasons that make absolutely no sense. And that is why your journey confused so many people. Because according to logic, you should have broken already, after everything you carried, after every disappointment, after every betrayal, after every setback. You should not still have faith left inside you. Yet somehow, you kept going even when your heart was tired, even when your motivation disappeared, even when you felt emotionally empty. There was still something deep inside you whispering, "Do not quit yet." That was not your imagination. That was God protecting your destiny. Because your story does not end in struggle. It ends in elevation. If this message is speaking to you right now, drop a heart in the comments. Let heaven know you are ready. You are entering a season where the things that once looked impossible will suddenly begin happening naturally. Not because you forced them, not because you manipulated anything, but because heaven finally decided it was time. And when heaven says now, no person can block what belongs to you. No delay can stop it. No jealousy can destroy it. No opinion can cancel it. This next breakthrough carries divine authority on it. That is why you must stop measuring your future based on your current circumstances. Your bank account may look small today, but God is not limited by numbers. Your environment may feel frustrating today, but environments can change overnight. The opportunity you need may not be visible yet, but God already knows exactly where it is, and at the right moment, He will connect everything together in ways that shock you. Some of you have been asking God for answers, but God has been preparing evidence. Evidence that He can still do impossible things. Evidence that delay was never abandonment. Evidence that your waiting season was building something bigger than you imagined. Because this mega deposit is not arriving just to impress you. It is arriving to restore you, restore your confidence, restore your hope, restore the parts of you that became exhausted from constant survival mode. People do not understand how draining it is to constantly carry pressure, to wake up every morning calculating bills in your mind, to smile while secretly wondering how things will work out, to encourage everyone else while your own soul feels heavy. But God understands, and He is about to remove burdens that have followed you for years. You are not entering another season of barely surviving. You are entering a season of overflow, a season where opportunities chase you, a season where favor finds you unexpectedly, a season where things finally begin flowing instead of constantly fighting you. And listen carefully. Do not feel guilty when the blessing arrives. Some chosen ones struggle to receive abundance because they became too familiar with hardship. They became so used to surviving that peace almost feels uncomfortable. But God does not want you trapped in survival forever. He wants you healed. He wants you stable. He wants you free enough to enjoy the life He is building for you. This is why certain people had to leave your life, because not everybody connected to you was assigned to your next level. Some people only understood the struggling version of you. Some people became comfortable watching you stay small. Some people secretly benefited from your low confidence. But God had to remove them before your elevation started. Because where you are going next, you cannot carry old energy into new favor, and now you are starting to see things differently. Your tolerance for negativity is changing. Your spirit feels more sensitive. Certain conversations exhaust you now. Certain environments feel heavy now. That is not weakness. That is spiritual growth. You are outgrowing what once distracted you. God is preparing your mind for expansion, because financial increase without mental growth becomes dangerous. So, before the blessing arrives fully, God upgrades your thinking first. He teaches you discipline. He teaches you discernment. He teaches you patience. He teaches you how to protect your peace. Because once this next chapter begins, your life will never feel the same again. There are people who laughed at your dreams because they only saw your present condition. They did not see what heaven was preparing in secret. They did not see the doors being arranged. They did not see the favor being stored. They did not see the divine timing slowly moving pieces together. But soon, even they will realize something unusual happened in your life. The same person people underestimated will suddenly begin rising beyond expectations. And the beautiful part is this: you will not need to force anyone to notice you. God Himself will make your elevation undeniable. Your results will speak louder than explanations ever could. Your peace will speak. Your growth will speak. Your transformation will speak. And while others panic during uncertain times, you will remain calm because heaven already prepared your next step. This is why your spirit has felt restless lately deep inside. You can feel something changing. You can feel old cycles ending. You can feel certain doors closing permanently. You can feel your energy shifting away from confusion and toward clarity. That feeling is real. You are approaching a turning point, a moment where your old life and your new life finally separate completely. And yes, the process felt painful. Growth always costs something. Isolation costs something. Transformation costs something. But the reward waiting ahead of you is bigger than the pain behind you. One day you will look back at this season and realize God was never punishing you. He was preparing you for abundance you were not ready to handle before. Because if certain blessings had arrived too early, they would have destroyed you instead of helping you. So God waited, not to hurt you, but to mature you. And now you are stronger emotionally, wiser spiritually, sharper mentally. You do not chase validation the same way anymore. You do not beg for attention anymore. You do not panic the same way anymore. You have changed, and that inner transformation is what qualifies you for the next level that is coming. This mega deposit is more than money. It is proof that God can reverse impossible situations. Proof that your story still carries purpose. Proof that one season can completely rewrite your entire life. So do not lose faith now. Do not give up while heaven is preparing acceleration. You are too close to quit, too close to breakthrough, too close to restoration, too close to overflow, and very soon, the stress that once kept you awake at night will be replaced with gratitude so deep. You will sit there in silence, realizing only God could have done this. And when that moment finally arrives, you are going to remember every battle that almost convinced you to stop believing. Every rejection, every disappointment, every lonely night, every silent tear nobody knew about. You will remember the days when you felt invisible, the days when you questioned your purpose, the days when life felt unfair. Because the truth is, there were seasons where you carried pain so quietly that people around you had no idea how much strength it took just to keep functioning. You smiled while fighting internal battles. You stayed kind while being emotionally drained. You kept showing up while your spirit felt exhausted. And through it all, God was watching. Not one sacrifice went unnoticed. Not one prayer disappeared. Not one moment of faith was wasted. Even when heaven seemed silent, movement was happening behind the scenes. That is the part many people fail to understand. God does some of his greatest work in silence. While you were worrying, he was arranging. While you were crying, he was preparing. While you were feeling delayed, he was building a future bigger than your current understanding. And now the shift is becoming visible. You are about to step into a season where things begin happening so fast, you will barely recognize your own life. The same doors that refused to open before will suddenly welcome you. The same opportunities that once ignored you will start finding you. The same people who overlooked you will suddenly change how they speak to you. Not because they changed, but because God changed your season. And when God changes your season, everything connected to your life begins responding differently. That heavy energy you carried for years is lifting. That constant anxiety about the future is breaking. That emotional weight sitting on your shoulders is fading away. Because heaven never intended for you to stay trapped in survival forever. You were created for more than constant struggle, more than fear, more than limitation, more than barely making it through each month. And this next blessing is going to prove it. There is financial restoration coming into your life, not just enough to survive, enough to breathe again, enough to think clearly again, enough to finally stop living under constant pressure. You have spent too much time worrying about how things will work out. How will the bills get paid? How will the opportunity appear? How will life finally change? But God is asking you to release the obsession with figuring everything out. Because blessings do not always arrive through predictable doors. Sometimes the opportunity comes from a direction you never expected. Sometimes the answer appears through a stranger. Sometimes one conversation changes your entire future. And suddenly, the thing you prayed for arrives faster than you imagined. That is the kind of acceleration entering your life now. You are moving from delay into divine momentum, from exhaustion into restoration, from confusion into clarity, from limitation into overflow. And listen carefully to this. When the blessing arrives, protect your peace. Not everyone celebrating you is happy for you. Not everyone clapping for you supports you genuinely. Some people only respected you when you were struggling. Some people felt comfortable while you stayed beneath them. But your elevation will expose hidden intentions. That is why discernment matters in this next chapter. Do not tell everyone your plans. Do not explain every move. Do not seek approval for what God already confirmed. Move quietly, grow privately, let results speak for themselves. Because this next season of your life carries unusual favor on it. You will notice things aligning with less resistance. You will notice your confidence returning. You will notice your creativity expanding. You will notice new ideas entering your mind suddenly. Pay attention to those ideas, because God often hides financial breakthroughs inside instructions people almost ignore. One idea can change your life. One opportunity can create generational impact. One connection can unlock doors you never imagined entering. And the beautiful thing is, you no longer need to force what belongs to you. In your old season, everything felt difficult. Forced relationships, forced opportunities, forced environments, forced survival. But in this next chapter, what is meant for you will begin flowing naturally. You are finally entering alignment. That is why your spirit has felt disconnected from certain people recently. God is changing your atmosphere. You cannot enter a wealthy mindset while staying attached to constant negativity. You cannot rise while remaining connected to people committed to staying small. So heaven started separating you quietly, not to isolate you permanently, but to prepare you properly. Yes, there were moments you felt misunderstood, moments you felt lonely, moments you wondered why certain relationships suddenly disappeared. But later you will realize those exits were protection, because everybody cannot go where God is taking you. The version of you that struggled endlessly is ending. A stronger version is emerging now, a wiser version, a calmer version, a more focused version. You are becoming someone who no longer panics every time life gets difficult, because you finally understand something powerful. If God carried you through every previous storm, He can carry you through the next chapter too. Fear is losing its grip on you. Doubt is losing its control over you. And slowly, your faith is becoming stronger than your anxiety. That transformation alone is priceless, because once your mind changes, your entire reality begins changing too. This is why the enemy fought your confidence so aggressively. Because confidence is dangerous when placed inside a chosen person with purpose. The moment you fully believe God is with you, everything shifts. Your posture changes, your decisions change, your energy changes. And opportunities begin responding to the version of you that finally knows your worth. So stop speaking over your life like you are cursed. Stop expecting disappointment every time something good approaches you. Stop assuming struggle is your permanent identity. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not disqualified. You are being repositioned, and soon, the evidence will become impossible to ignore. People who once pitied you will be shocked by your transformation. People who underestimated you will suddenly study your life trying to understand what happened, but they will never fully understand the private battles God brought you through. They only see the reward. They did not see the process. They did not see the tears. They did not see the nights you fought silent wars inside your mind. But heaven saw everything, and heaven is responding now. So chosen one, get ready. Get ready for unexpected increase. Get ready for opportunities that feel heaven sent. Get ready for restoration that arrives faster than expected. Get ready for peace you have not felt in years. Because this mega deposit is not just financial, it is spiritual, it is emotional, it is mental. It is God restoring every area of your life that struggle tried to drain. And one day, very soon, you will sit quietly looking at how far God brought you. And tears will fill your eyes because the life you once prayed for will finally become your reality. If you are still watching, leave a comment below and say, I am ready, because your next season has already begun.